Hi everyone, it's me. So today we are going to talk about 9 reasons why I think you should move to Canada. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alanna and I'm a Canadian. I've lived the last 4 years in England. I'm now back in Ontario, Canada. A lot of people have asked for videos about Canada and learn more about Canada and all that kind of stuff, and that's really cool. So I thought, why don't we talk about the best parts of Canada and why you should move here. Now, like with any country, Canada is not perfect. Surprise! There are a lot of things that Canada does and has done that are terrible. Bad. Real bad, you guys. Lots of skeletons in the closet. Not a perfect country. I know a lot of Canadians or even, other countries are like, oh, Canada's wonderful. They look at America and they think, oh, you're so much better than America. Ugh. Maybe don't say that, but we are not perfect. However, for the sake of this video, I'm going to talk about the 9 reasons why you should move to Canada. So we're only going to talk about the good stuff, okay? But please know, it is not all good stuff, okay? That's my little disclaimer. So without further ado, let's go. Now, number 1, these are in no particular order, but the first reason why you should move to Canada is the amount of space. There's a lot of it. Canada is the second largest country in landmass, only next to Russia. So that's kind of a cool title to have. I don't know. We're the second, second's fine. I mean, it's not first, but second, but it's not third either, right? So, it's fine. Of course, with that, there is much of Canada that nobody can survive in, which is a little bit exciting, but Canada is still huge and we have so much space. So when you are living in a town or a village or a neighborhood or whatever, there's a lot more space to deal with. So homes tend to be like a decent size, like a pretty good size. They're a lot bigger than what I'm used to back in England. England is so dang small. Y'all, so small, it's hard to comprehend. So naturally, homes there are very small. You get used to this tiny expensive house. And then I come here and I visit my parents at this house, and it's big. And you're like, wow, this house has a room dedicated to the laundry. Fabulous. So yes, Canada has a lot of space, which means homes tend to be a bit bigger. We have a lot of parks and conservation areas and big open spaces and just a lot of breathing room. Of course, if you go to a big city like Toronto, it's like any other big city. It's crowded, it's busy, it smells bad. But that's just what you get with a big city. For the rest of us living in towns and villages and suburbs and communities and whatever, it's far more likely that you're going to have quite a bit amount of space compared to much smaller countries, because that makes sense, right? That's obvious. So the first reason you should move to Canada, we got lots of space. You want some space? Take some space. You also want some space? Have some extra space. You need more space? Have some space over there. There's some space there. There's some space back there. There's lots of space. Number 2, the second reason why you should live to Canada is we tend to be a happy country. Yay! So Canada is consistently ranked as one of the most happiest countries. We are never in the top 5, I don't think. Norway, Sweden, Denmark, they always beat us. Okay, we've just come to accept that. We're never gonna beat them, but we are still usually ranked pretty well in like overall happiness. So that's good, right? I found most recently Forbes released the world's 20th happiest country as per Forbes. Obviously, this came out in 2020. I'm sure this will change after COVID, but anyway, Canada, we are ranked 11, so we are the 11th happiest country. Australia is in 12th, United Kingdom is in 13th, and United States is 18th, just to give like some comparison. But Canada, we are 11th. We beat Australia, UK, US, but of course the happiest country is Finland, followed by Denmark, Switzerland, Iceland, Norway. We're never gonna beat them. That's fine. But on the whole, Canada tends to rank as one of the happiest countries. We're 11th. Okay, so not top, but we're close. and I'll take that. Hi guys, it's me, Alanna. Just in case you didn't know who I was, hello. I am in this video and I'm also here right now doing a very short ad. I'm very sorry, but just give me 5 seconds. If you like my videos and you want to support me, please join me on Patreon. Please. You're missing out on content like this. Rather than come up with my own ideas, I took ideas that I saw online because I'm a sponge on society. Thank you for watching this very short ad that I am doing for myself. Back to the video. Now, the third reason why you should move to Canada is our healthcare. Wow, you guys. It's good, okay? I'm gonna say that. So, some details, because I don't want to say this wrong. I know the YouTube commenters will come at me if I say anything wrong. Anyway, here we go. So, if you are a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident, you can apply for public health insurance. With it, you don't have to pay for most healthcare services. So this universal healthcare system is paid through by taxes. So of course we'll say, you know, it's a free healthcare system, and then everybody in the comments is like, it's not free, you have to pay with it through your taxes. It's like, okay, buddy, guy, my guy, take a breather. Okay, yes, it is paid through taxes. When you use public healthcare services, you show your little card, whether that's at the doctor's or the hospital or whatever. It kind of looks like a driver's license. So you have your photo and all your ID on the card, whatever. Each province and territory has their own health insurance plan, so you have to make sure that you know what your particular one covers. So being an Ontarian, being from Ontario, I have OHIP, which is the Ontario Health Insurance Provider Plan. Oh my God, that's embarrassing. The Ontario Health Insurance Plan. Pardon me. It's been a while. So I have OHIP and I have, I think they're green for Ontario. It's a green card. It has my picture. You're not allowed to smile. I look very scary in it. And then of course it has like my ID, my name, birthday, all that kind of stuff. So anytime if I went to the doctor's for an appointment, they will scan my card so they know, you know, who I am and all that stuff. All provinces and territories will provide free emergency medical services. Even if you don't have a government health card, there may be restrictions depending on your immigration status. If you have an emergency, you can go to the nearest hospital. We also have walk-in clinics. They may charge fees if you don't live in that particular province or territory. But overall, Canadian citizens, permanent residents, you can go to the hospital, you can go to the doctor, you have your little card with your face on it, and you go and you don't have to worry realistically about going bankrupt because you're ill. On a personal note, I had a family member who had cancer, and honestly, their treatment, we would never have been able to afford it. When you think of the scans, the diagnostics, the trips in the hospital, surgery, medication, injections, doctor's appointments, meetings, consultations, there would be no way that we would be able to afford that at all. And so there is something that is very special and very important about the fact that you can go to the hospital and you can get the treatment that you need without having to sell all of your possessions and your house. It's something that is very, very near to my heart, and I hope that Canada, we protect our system. The UK is in a similar boat. I hope you guys protect your system as well. It's just really important, okay? Ooh, there's a nice breeze. Number 4, the fourth reason why you should move to Canada, guess what? Air conditioning. I've said it once, I will say it again, I will die on this hill. I love air conditioning. Now, when I lived in England, most homes do not have air conditioning. That's just how they are built. It's not something that's very common. British people always tell me it's a waste of money because it's only hot like 3 days a year. They don't need it, blah, blah, blah. However, every summer you always have a heat wave. Global warming, baby. So basically there's nothing you can do other than sweat it out. I remember last summer I was so hot. It was hot for like 2 weeks. We're talking like 30 degrees Celsius hot, and you have no relief. I remember I got a tea towel from the kitchen and I soaked it in like ice cold water, and I would just work, because I was working at home, wrap it around my shoulders and like the back of my neck just to try and cool down. I had to sleep that way too. I slept with a wet tea towel on my body because it was so hot. It sucks. So here in Canada, it's much more likely that you will live in a property that has air conditioning. Of course, that is not the case for every place, obviously, but it's much more common than places like the UK. Now, when people think of Canada, they typically think of maple syrup, ice hockey, igloos, polar bears, snow, you know, the usual. However, Canada has some crazy summers, just absolutely beautiful. Here in southern Ontario, pretty much all summer it's been like 30 degrees. It's hot, it's sunny, it's wonderful, and there's something just absolutely beautiful about being outside, getting sweaty, laying in the sun, and then guess what? Going inside into the air conditioning and sleeping through the night under your duvet because you're nice and cool. So it's one of the things that I love. And I love England, you guys. I love England. If you watch my videos, you know, you should know that I love England. I hate no air conditioning. So that's just a thing that I think about. And I've spent a couple of minutes talking about. So there's that. The fifth reason why you should move to Canada is home to pretty much every type of natural environment you can think of. We have oceans, we have lakes, we have rivers, we have prairies, we have mountains, we have snow, we have sun, we have beaches, we have Arctic, we have just about every type of landscape. We have villages, we have towns, we have big cities. We have just, you know, waterfalls, forests, other things. Canada is a really special place in that we are so big that we have nearly every type of natural environment you can think of. You love the mountains? That's cool. You love the snow? That's cool too. You like more hot temperatures? You like beaches? That's cool too. You like the prairies? I don't know anybody who likes the prairies, but they exist. That's cool too. So Canada is home to pretty much every natural environment. Pretty neat. All right, it's pretty neat. Number 6. This is always weird. 6. The sixth reason why you should move to Canada. Next up, we have the sixth reason why you should move to Canada. Canadians. I am gonna toot my own horn and I'm gonna say Canadians are wonderful people. All right, you heard it here first. I think on the whole, not everybody, all right? We all know idiots. But on the whole, Canadians are funny and easygoing and polite and welcoming and kind and just awesome, all right? There's a reason that people will put Canadian flags on their luggage when they go traveling, even when they are not Canadian. There's a reason that happens. I know a lot of people who watch my videos each week, very kindly, they say, you know, oh, you're an honorary Brit, you're British now, you're basically British, you're, you know, that's very sweet, but I am very proud to be Canadian. I'll always be Canadian. I love this country, I love its people, I'm proud to be Canadian. I love living in England, certainly, but I am proud to be Canadian. I think Canadians are fabulous. And I think they are really welcoming. So if you move to Canada, honestly, cheers, pal. You know, that's cool. Canadians, they're cool people. Now, the seventh reason why you should move to Canada is Canada, on the whole, is quite a diverse country. So I think typically Canada is pretty progressive, it's diverse, and it is very multicultural. We tend to call Canada a cultural mosaic. Have we talked about this before? I'm kind of getting deja vu, but maybe not. So for example, the US they call a melting pot. So when you move to the US, typically you become American. You know, you're patriotic for America. You kind of are encouraged to forget your traditions from whatever country you came from, forget your language, religion. You know, you're American now. It's a melting pot. So everybody's sort of melted in this pot. You are all American. Whereas on the flip side, up here in Canada, we are called a cultural mosaic because typically, again, this is just typically, you are encouraged to keep your traditions, your religion, your language, your way of life, and we all just sort of fit in together to make this big mosaic of, you know, hundreds of different cultures. So I did a little bit of Googling. Can I read you what I Googled? Here we go. So in Canada's largest city of Toronto, Toronto is here in beautiful Ontario. So in Toronto alone, more than 140 languages are spoken. Over 20% of the country's population was born abroad. So people coming to Canada, I mean, you're gonna fit in. In 2018, Canada had over 310,000 immigrants into the country. 57% of those immigrants will be like skilled workers. The rest are refugees or they join family already living in Canada. So we have a little bit of everybody. And I think that's something that I am proud of. As a Canadian, we are a nation of just a bit of everybody, you know, and I think for the most part, people are very welcoming and interested in learning about other people's cultures and other people's languages and traditions and that kind of stuff. So on the whole, I find that Canada is a diverse and a pretty progressive, multicultural country. The 8th reason why I think you should move to Canada is because we are inclusive. Asterisks, for the most part. Now, of course, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there is always going to be room for improvement, okay? Things are not perfect by a long shot, but there are still things that we can celebrate that Canada has done that are positive, right? And one of them is being inclusive. Back in 2005, which, can you believe it, 15 years ago. I feel like 2020 has lasted a million years, but yeah, 2005, 15 years ago, Canada became the 4th nation in the world to legalize same-sex marriage and the first outside of Europe. In 2017, there was a poll that there was overwhelming support of Canadians for same-sex marriage. We also have a Pride Month each year, and we have the Toronto Pride Parade, which is one of the world's largest LGBTQ plus celebrations, which is like a really cool thing. In terms of inclusion, we can also talk about when Justin Trudeau was elected Prime Minister, he committed to having a cabinet with 50-50 representation between men and women. We also have basic women's rights like voting, obviously, access to birth control and abortion are long established and protected here in Canada. So while we have lots of work that we can do and we should do, it's still, I think, important to celebrate the things that we have done and the rights that we do have. They're gonna keep getting better. Fingers crossed, they keep getting better. But Canada is inclusive, and I think we are on the right track to being better. And the 9th reason why you should move to Canada, education. This video is getting educational. Did you know Canada spends more on education per capita than any other industrial nation in the world? And in 2018, we were named the most educated country in the world. So Canada, we like school, we like education. Do you? I do. Canada is also home to some of the world's top universities like McGill University, University of Toronto, McMaster University, and the University of British Columbia, which rank among the world's top 100 institutions. So Canada has a fabulous education system, we have fabulous schools, we have fabulous teachers, and I know there is actually a really big push for foreign students to come to Canada to have that type of education, which is an incredible opportunity, and it's good. Guys, it's good, all right? So especially anybody watching this that is interested in maybe going to school abroad, maybe you're looking at going to university abroad, Canada is absolutely a top choice, all right? Listen to what I'm saying, okay? I never went to university, but I know that they're good. Of course, you gotta have the big bucks to go to university abroad, so that might not work out. But Canada has an incredible education system. I think it's something that we can be really proud of. Of course, that we can do better, but you know what? We're doing pretty good right now. So that's something. So those are 9 reasons why I think you should move to Canada. If anybody from the Canadian Tourism Board is watching, let me know. I'm just kidding. I think Canada is a wonderful country. It's not perfect. We have a lot of room for improvement, but I am proud to be Canadian. I am proud to be from Canada. I will always hold it, you know, in my heart, whether I live here or not. I think it's a fabulous place, and if you have the opportunity to do a semester abroad or move abroad or even just visit at some point, I really do hope that you keep Canada in mind. All right? It's a great place. If there are any expats watching who have moved to Canada or studied or visited, that sounded funny. Anyway, if you've ever been to Canada and you found something that you really love about this country, let me know. Leave a comment. Did I forget something? Probably. But these were the first 9 that came to mind. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye!